Welcome. My cat says hi. We're doing 14 Stormblood side quests. I hope to finish off this part of 14 by the end of this recording, but we'll see. Lieutenant Sun, how fortunate to meet a hero of your standing in these trying times. Will you be staying for long? If so, I would beg your assistance with a certain matter, which you, as a veteran of conflict with the Empire, would be uniquely suited to resolve. Allow me to explain. Our scouts have been attempting to secure the plateaus to the northeast, but were forced to withdraw when they encountered several units of hostile war machina. A parting gift from the Imperial Army, I presume. It would seem these unmanned contraptions were commanded to greet any who stray too close to certain key positions with lethal force. In any case, our scouts have set up a post nearby to keep the machina under observation. Now, I have it on good authority that you've amassed a considerable experience in dealing with such foes. If you've the time to spare, the flame officer at the observation post would be most grateful to have your destructive expertise at his disposal. Okay. It's been a while since I've been here. Looks really good with the new lighting, except for that statue. Lieutenant Sun. Captain Dintaniel sent word that reinforcements were on the way, but I did not expect. As you can see, we've managed to capture some of the enemy's Magitech armor. After a bit of practice, we intend to employ them in the destruction of those entrenched war machina. I am, however, more than glad to surrender the role of pilot to one of your indisputable qualifications. Shall we review the targets? The enemy war machina are concentrated in 3 separate positions, and the mission requires that all hostile forces be eliminated. I'll mark the locations on your map here, and here. The armor is yours to command. Good luck, Lieutenant. God damn it, I got it. And I can't fly. Okay. missing. Oh my god, the aim on this. There we go. Ugh. That was harder than I expected. Not my kit. Oh. I like the challenge stuff. That was incredible. You could see the blast front. That is to say, fine work here, Lieutenant. It was an honor to see you in action, ma'am. We'll be packing up and heading back to base soon, but I'd appreciate it if you can make an advance report to Captain Danto. Oh no. Lieutenant Song, No need for details. Your presence here alone is sufficient proof that the mission went as planned. Your cooperation was the most welcome development. If only we had more soldiers with your experience. Simply clearing away these war machina has given us no end of trouble, and we have no way of knowing how many of the things yet remain. But such is the reality of war. Winning battles is merely the first step. It is the mopping up of problems in the aftermath that can prove the most difficult challenge. Thank you again for your aid, Lieutenant Son. Tales were told of your deed in battle, Lieutenant Son. Another chapter in the book of Eorzea's storied hero. Where are you? Ah, there's that one over there, and there's this one over here. You are the one who gained the favor of Lord Drillknot. Would you be so kind as to lend me your assistance? I am Pan-Misolox, a Churgan dispatched from the Whitebrim front. This war, no matter how well it is waged, continues to send an endless line of wounded to my station. Thus, no matter how many supplies are brought in, I continue to work through my stock at an alarming rate. I had thought to resupply myself by drawing on the resources naturally available in the region, and a renowned soldier such as you could certainly expedite the process. The resistance fighters tell me of the gigantic frogs which inhabit the land to the south. Abaddons, I believe they are called. Would you think it possible to slay several of these creatures and bring me 4 lengths of their tendons? Okay. Did the Abadans pose you any challenge? Yes, these should do quite nicely. See how rubbery the tendons are? They should stretch far without snapping, making them perfect for keeping bandages in place or strapping on wooden limb replacements. We Ishgardians developed many techniques for emergency field procedures during the centuries of the Dragon's Long War. Thus says much of our history that we were pressed to invent such treatments. A healer will always do what he must to save the life expiring before him. It is a calling I could not ignore. My apologies. I did not intend to delay you with my ramblings. I thank you for your help. One does not neglect a patient once the wound has been stitched. No, I shall remain a while and see that Girabana is fully healed. Yeah. This and that one there. You are the strider who slew Sir Lakshmi. Would you hear my humble request? I have heard tales of the cloudskin known as pheasant, and I desire to claim some few of its feathers. Alas, I am ordered to hold this position, and so I shall. My sisters who patrol the mountain pass speak of beautiful winged creatures soaring through the air above their route. Perhaps the feathers I seek might be found fallen here and there. Please, Strider, venture to this high place you people call the Royal Hunting Grounds, and gather all the pheasant feathers you can find. You are a strange creature. Ah, controller can be so funny. Alright. Did you find the feathers I sought? Yes, they are more beautiful than I imagined. The resistance fighters I spoke with say the hunting grounds were maintained for the pleasure of the Alamegan royal family. They say pheasants were sent as gifts from the nobles of other lands and allowed to breed for the purposes of hunting stock. Pheasant feathers being resilient yet supple, were prized as fletching and used to make arrows of the highest quality. As such, it seems they were hunted to such an extent that the once prolific creatures became a rarity. I do not care to kill when it is not needful, but if the feathers have already fallen, then I see no reason to waste them. Thank you, Slayer of Sir Lakshmi. I shall soon have fine new arrows for my bow. It was honored to fight at the side of you and your allies. Okay, last quest from Topher. Lieutenant Sun, I have a mission that requires your immediate attention. A squad I dispatched to secure a watchtower to the south of here has sent an urgent request up for reinforcements. The structure seemed abandoned according to our scouts, and I thought the few men I sent would be sufficient for the task. It appears I was wrong. They were ambushed by a superior force. My remaining soldiers have left on other duties, and I fear the Watchtower squad may not survive until the rest of our company can reach them. You may be their only hope. Pray make haste to Watch and rendezvous with our resistance fighters there. It's a cool dragon. Mountain. Hey. At least it gives me a reason to go to these places I would never go to. Aren't you one of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? By Rygar, they sent us the Bloody Warrior of Light. I've heard all the tales. I should probably tell you what happened. The tower looked empty, as we were told it would be, but we barely made it to the top of the stairs. Something appeared out of thin air and attacked us. Maybe several somethings. I was just flailing my axe behind me, hoping to discourage whatever it was while I pushed the wounded ahead of me back down the stairwell. I suppose you'll be going up there to deal with our ambushers then. If you don't mind, I'll stand guard here and look to my comrades' injuries. Ah, that sounds like Durvanas, that does. Didn't get a good look at them myself, but I'm glad I no longer need to. You have our thanks. A few bandages have seen my fellows right, so we should be able to finish up here. Please pass on my report to Captain Topher. Our injuries weren't that bad at first, I thought. Cuts to the head always look worse than they are, still better safe than dead, eh? Excuse me. My men are no longer in danger then. I thank you for rushing to their aid, Lieutenant. These Durvas you've encountered, no one is certain how they came about, but one theory describes them as a manner of naturally occurring golem, crystals that have spontaneously shaped themselves into monstrous forms. They appear to act like living beings, but have no intelligence to speak of. All we know is that the Durvas are drawn to other creatures in a relentless hunt for Aether. The Erebanians have learned to loathe and fear them. They used to hire mercenaries to clear out the worst of such nightmares, but it would seem the Imperials neglected even that simple task. They care not what befalls the citizens of their conquered provinces. I will take news of this incident to my superiors and see that any potential Durna hunts are properly scouted in the future. Again, you have my thanks. What a battle. We paid for it in blood, but by Rhaegar we won. Is that it for... Yeah, that's it for here. Ah. His name is Bout. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I trade spell speed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you'll help then. Good, good. I don't know what with. These are continuations of Aetheryte quests. I have two in this area that'll chain together. For a start, it'd be nice to know why they're so insistent on protecting me in the first place. Though I'd love to spare my blushes and leave this all to you, we need to hear from as many people as we can. How about we both make a sweep of the village and meet back here? He says, you go on ahead. I need to figure out a good way to approach the subject without embarrassing myself. If Bout hadn't stopped his men, I wouldn't be standing here before you. He was hard but fair, and now these resistance fighters have taken over the place. Sure, they seem friendly now, but just you wait. If Bout hadn't stopped him, okay. I never did anything wrong, but the Garleans would always hit me. Mr. Bout was different though. He always had was he was always there to cheer me up, and he'd play with me sometimes. Do you think these new people will play with me too? I think it's fair to say we all owe about a great debt. I'd tell you more, but as you can see, I'm a little bitty busy. Why not go talk to July and me? Ah, the adventure from before. Yo, was it? You wish to know more about Bout? I would love to tell you about him, but first I must ask a favor. The village has been plagued by spitting spinners as of late. I took a look around and discovered they built a nest close by. I considered petitioning the soldiers for aid, but you seem more than capable of the job. Help me get rid of the nest and I'll tell you everything you want to know. Agreed? Excellent. Let's get going then. I'll lead the way. There you are. The nest is just ahead. Be careful, the split is quite poisonous. Thank you ever so much. I can't tell you how we've nearly lost trying to do away with those horrible things. Sadly, this isn't the first time they've caused us trouble. When the Garleans first took Aligiri, these lands were rife with spinners for a time. Though we begged for help, our pleas fell on deaf ears. Our village is meant to be a trading hub, so you'd think they would protect such a place, but no. They would come they would come only to get deep in their cups or take out their frustrations on whoever happened to be present at the time. If we weren't suffering at the hands of drunken soldiers, we were defending for our lives against all manner of beasts with whatever makeshift weapons we could find. There was nothing we could do but endure their mocking laughter as we struggled to survive. Bout changed all that. After he came and assumed command, he immediately put an end to our misery. The difference in our test treatment was like night and day. He gave us our lives back, which is more than I can say for what the Allied forces are like to do for us. Bout is a good man. I hope in time you'll come to see him as we do. No matter who I talked to, there was so much beating around the bush to get any clear answers. Did they tell you anything useful? They said all that. That. Well, I'm no saint. I was just tired of seeing my men beat them up bloody all the time. I've seen enough of it before coming here. It's amazing how treatment of the Empire's subjects can vary from place to place. There are territories where life is unchanged by the Garlean's presence, and yet there are others whose denizens would become death with open arms. Welcome death with open arms. The only escape from either is to join their armies. If you manage to survive 20 years of service, you and your family can earn citizenship, a chance to have a good life. Needless to say, I jumped at the opportunity. I fought and I fought until, before I knew it, I was an Imperial Centurion. But it was too late. Shortly after my promotion, I received word of my family's death, snatched away by some widespread illness. The suffering of these people only served to remind me of my loss, so I put an end to it, simple as that. Yet still they thank me. after I've killed so many. I'll never understand such nonsense. At least now we know for certain the reason for their adoration. Now we just have to convince them I'm not worth protecting. Well, we'll need a good lie if we're going to change their opinions about me. Hmm. I've got it. A holy man here in Allegheny was slain shortly after my arrival, just before I took command. It was the former Imperial commander who killed him, but you can tell people it was me. Take my ring as proof. Say it was a keepsake of his, and that I pried it out of his cold, dead hands. They'll be so blinded with hate, execution will seem too good a punishment for me. Then again, if people see through the lie, it wouldn't do well of your reputation to be speaking so poorly of me. Maybe we should start with just one person, and gauge their reaction before we set this rumor mill to spinning. Try speaking with Jediolani and see if this gets her blood boiling. Would that I could see her reaction to the news, but she never would believe it coming from me. She'd see how she takes it, then report back here. What's this about, Bob? How awful. People of Allegheny will be furious to hear this. Why, they might even consider hanging him over the Allied forces, which is exactly what he wants, isn't it? I haven't known you long, but I know how an honorable woman when I see one. I refuse to believe you would try to smear his reputation and turn us against him. I can imagine why he might try, though. When you return about, you can tell him what I've told him countless times before. No matter what horrible deeds he may have done in the past, no one is beyond forgiveness. Travelers come and go from Allegheny quite often, but should they wish to stay, who they were before coming here doesn't matter. We have no interest in the man Bout used to be, only the man he is now. Even if he was a murderer in the past, he's been nothing but kind to us since arriving here. The man we know has a gentle soul, and that is why we protect him. No matter what he says, he cannot change our minds. We could never send such a kind-hearted man away to be executed by the Eorzeans. How did she take the news? She was obviously livid, wasn't she? Tell me everything. They only care about the man I am now, and what sort of man I am supposed to be. My family is dead. I can't return to the Garleans. But that's not your concern. It seems it'll take more than a nasty rumor to sway their opinions of me. I'll have to think of something soon, though. It's only a matter of time before the Alliance decides it's done waiting. Could you try speaking with Jedelaini once more? Not to spread more falsehoods, but about persuading the townsfolk to let me turn myself in peacefully. Hopefully inspiration will strike by the time you return. I'm sure something will come to me. In the meantime, see if you can persuade, what's her name? Oh. Let me guess, Bout sent you again, didn't he? He can conjure up whatever lies he likes, but he cannot change our minds. Though I suppose I can understand his worry. I'm loath to admit it, but creating the Alliance could resolve all this. It could also make things much worse. If only there was someone among them who knew what kind of caring man Bout is. Perhaps then we could convince them to show him mercy. Bout has been speaking with Brazenbrook in private about his surrender. Does this mean the Allied forces will soon come for him? Let's go ahead and speak with him while there's still time. God fucking damn it. I hate this touchpad so much. I just missed important story dialogue about her persuading him not to take him in. What sort of lies have the Guardians been feeding them all this time? I suppose it doesn't matter now. The people will come around eventually. Fuck. Is there a way to easily view shit that I miss? Probably not. Oh. Shit happens. Such is life. Can't get too mad about it. It seems Spout has left us a note. Dear Yo, the time has come to bid you my final farewell. Try as I might to focus on the present, the past still haunts me. My family calls. If you can find it within you to grant me one last favor, I bid you deliver my head to the Allied forces. I have enclosed instructions to this end. No, he can't. Yo, we have to stop him. Another one would be good. Oh. Well, we'll see if it'll with it. We can't let him go through with this, yo. Looks like he's heading northwest toward the fringes. I pray we're not too late. God damn. I suppose this is where I'm supposed to thank you for saving my life. Wow, yo, thank goodness you're both unharmed. Why in the hell did you bring her here? Cowards, a lot of them. They waste their chance to make an example of me. This is all your fault. If we hadn't shown such aggression to the Allied forces, they would have likely made their intention clear ages ago. You needn't apologize. All our fault. Sorry. You needn't apologize. If I had known they wouldn't kill me, I would have merely sought another way to death's door. But why? You have so much to live for. I have nothing. What is a man without his family? A soldier without his men? I have stained my hands with the blood of so many innocents, and for what? You still have Alighieri. It would have been all too easy to stand by and watch as the soldiers taunted and tormented us. Yet you chose to show us mercy. Well, that was... After all the good you've done here, are we not worth living for? Am I not worth living for? I know I can never replace your family. I would never try. But I'd like to try and make you happy if you'll let me. What? Has the obsession with lost truly made you so blind? The people of Alighieri care about you, none more than me, more so than me. You brought light and hope back into our lives, and I will return that kindness 100-fold if I can. Yes, by all means. Let's get married, settle down here in a village, and fill our cottage with little pitter-patters of little feet. Marriage? I didn't mean to. That's not to say I'm opposed to. Oh dear, this is all so sudden. Before you let your imagination run wild, there's still the matter of my surrender to the Allied forces. I'm going to need your help in assuring the others that I won't be put to death. Yes, of course. I suppose this is it. I don't know what they have in store for me, but I will at last atone for my crimes. When they release me, well, it seems I have something worth waiting for. Thank you for everything. There she is, the hero of the hour. I don't know how you did it, but Jolion returned just now with Bout in tow. He said he's ready to turn himself in. What's more, public reaction to his surrender has been surprisingly calm. The last thing we need is to be fending off people we came to save. If you hadn't shown up when you did, I'm sure they'd be caught chasing us out of here with pitchforks right about now. To make sure they don't, we'll all be taking a leaf out of Bout's book and building better relations with the townsfolk. It'll take some work to be sure, but we'll get this place back to the way it used to be. Nice. Got that quest chain over there. And that'll be it for quests that level you up. There's a few 70 level quests I might save for next stream, I'm not sure. Or not stream, YouTube video, let's play, whatever this is. Do 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 do. Okay. I'm gonna take a short break. I'll be back. Okay. I don't have more reading. Nah, I just started back and my cat's all over me. Hold on 1 second. Okay, cat is out of room. Let us continue. Excuse me, miss. Mind lending me a hand with something? A friend of mine, Beretta's her name. She seems troubled these days. She's a sweet woman, and I'd like to help her, but she won't talk to anyone. She's always been fond of travelers passing through, so I figure she might open up a bit to you. I wonder what's troubling her. I hope it's nothing serious. You're that adventuring lass Robin came here with, aren't you? Well, I'll be. What can I do for you? Sugar's worried about me, is he? That's kind of him, but my troubles are nothing he can help with. Might be a strapping young lass like yourself could, though. I've been meaning to find my son, a fine young lad going on 20 now. The Guardian what came through here conscripts all young men, but by the grace of Rhaegar he gave them the slip. Trouble is, though, my boy never came home. The Guardians have long since fled these parts, so I'm hoping he'll come back. I'd go and search for him myself, but I've never left Coldheart before. I'm not like to get too far on my own. Might you be willing to take a look around for me? Bless you, child. I can't imagine where he ran off to, but there's a good chance he passed through Radiata to the north. This is only what I've heard from the merchants who come through, mind you, but these Guardian outposts all over. If he was looking for a place to lay low before moving on, it'd have to be there. His name's Eric, by the way. He's got blonde hair and an old scar across one cheek. You'll know him when you see him. See. Erickson. I'm certain Godfair has mentioned him before. You might have better luck speaking with him. I can't say I know anyone by that name. Eric, sorry, can't say I know of that name. Eric, where have I heard that name before? Yes, of course, wait, no, I can't say I know an Eric. I'm sure it'll come to me. Eric, was it? If I can remember anything, you'll be the first to know. Oh, it's a Jamel. Back to Godfair. They knew he was so important. Eric, sure I know him. Been a long time since he's been around here, though. He showed up about 2 years ago, escaping from the Guardians. I couldn't stand the thought of them dragging him away like they did my son, so I helped keep him out of sight. Thinking back on it now, that was quite the gamble. Of course, it would have only been a matter of time before they caught on. I had a friend of mine, Stark Woad, help him make his escape. She snuck him out with a shipment of provisions. If memory serves, she made it stop at Specula Imperatoris, but I don't know where they went after that. Not sure if that helps you any, but I'm afraid that's all I know. Best of luck to you. If anyone could see him safely to pass Specula Imperatoris at Stark World, I'm sure he's safe. A lot of green stars. One red star. Maybe a few red stars. No, only one. Bunch of blue, bunch of green. One red. Maybe those aren't stars, I don't know. I might have passed it. Yeah. Back already. Did you find out anything about my boy? Is he safe? Passed through the Garlean outpost to the north, so he escaped then. It does my heart good to know he's out of harm's way. I sure do miss him. I'm sure you're tired of me badgering you with favors, but it would mean the world to me if you could keep looking for my boy, Eric. If he passed through the Garlean outpost to the north, then he'd have to stop at Alligary to rest and gather supplies. I know it's far, but please go and see if there's any sign of him. Eric. Can't say I know him, truth be told. If you're talking 2 years ago, Alligary isn't a place he'd want to be. Till recently, this was a Garlean stronghold. There's no way anyone would come here seeking shelter. Garrett, a few bells ago, a pair of customers mentioned him. Can't say what else they talked about, though. It's not my place to pry. Take a look like they're to be teasing about here somewhere. Come to think of it, the soldiers who stopped by my shop mentioned someone who came from Golden Hearth. Could be they know the man you're looking for. I'm sure those soldiers are still here if you're thinking of having a talk with them. Oh, Yosan, I hardly recognize you. To what do we owe the honor of your presence? Yes, one of my subordinates is from Golden Earth. I would introduce you to him, but I'm afraid he was dispatched not long ago to destroy Magitech drones in the site near Specula Imperatoris. In fact, I imagine he should be arriving there very soon. If you have pressing matters to discuss with them, I would urge you and go meet with them at Speculum in Torres. That's so cool. Alright. It's quite the mustache. Whatever business you have will have to wait. This area must be cleared of Magitech drones post-haste. They could be upon us at any moment. I'm sorry, but must have asked you to vacate the area. Or perhaps, if you're willing to assist me, have a look at my map. This is our present location. I'd like you to survey these 3 areas and dispense with any drones you encounter. We can speak after you return. Proceed with caution. These drones won't hesitate when they've blocked a target. You see no sign of the Garlean drones. You return, and with nary a scratch. Excellent work. Now then, what is it you wish to speak with me about? Goldenheart. Yes, that is my home, but I'm afraid I don't know this Eric fellow. You say he left 2 years ago. No, I was forced to leave long before that. 5 years ago, the Guardians came and conscripted any able-bodied men they could find. I was one of the unlucky few to be sent to Doma, or so I thought. The people of Doma attempted to revolt, and in the ensuing chaos, my unit was all but wiped out. I was the only survivor. I thought it better to brave the unknown than return to the Imperials in defeat, so I made my escape. What followed was a perilous venture with no promise of tomorrow. Yet somehow, I managed my way to Ul'dah, where I enlisted in the Immortal Flames. I'm honestly surprised Golden Heart is still there after all this time. With the population dwindling as it is, I was certain the Garleans had robbed the place of all its prospective soldiers and put the rest to the sword. But enough of my ramblings. Unfortunately, I don't know the man you're looking for, but if he was seeking safety, he likely found it with resistance. Whether he meant to fight or flee beyond Belsar's wall, their help would be indispensable. I'm sure they have answers for you. If you plan on speaking with someone from the Resistance, might I suggest seeking out Guntmar? You would be hard-pressed to find a man who knows more of the peaks than him. He should be back at our camp due west of here. Guntmar was born and raised here in the peaks. It makes it his business to know anything of importance that goes on here. I'm certain he can help you. Oh yeah, Guntmar. Okay. Error. Why yes, he's a member of the Resistance. Good lad. Can't say I've heard of any complaints about him. His unit was dispatched to Alamigo not long ago. If you hurry, you may be able to catch him near Castrum Albania. He and his men are likely passing. Oh, you're Gunmar. Ah, you're son of the Scions. Well met. What brings you here to the peaks? You're looking for Error on behalf of his mother, you see. I see. Well, he is, or how should I put this? Oh. This is rather confidential business you're talking about, though I suppose it would be only a matter of time before we were made privy to it. Alright, I'll tell you. Barrett is, or rather was, a member of my unit. He was reassigned in light of an opportunity for him to assist in gathering Garlean intelligence. As it turns out, he bears a striking resemblance to the son of one of our Garlean contacts, an Alamigan merchant who bribed his way into citizenship. He agreed to allow Eric to stand in for his son, that he could infiltrate their military for his son. The price was steep, steeper still to have him placed amongst the most renowned unit of Alamegans in service to the Imperials, the Skrulls. He supplied us with indispensable insight into the inner workings of their military, all the while maintaining his turncoat facade. He's even gone so far as to take arms against the Orzian comrades. However, after a recent clash with the Skulls, he's ceased all contact with us. To be frank, we fear the worst. In the event anything should happen to him, he prepared a final letter to be delivered to his mother. Having come this far on our behalf, I think it only appropriate you be the one to deliver it. Tell his mother he died fighting for the freedom of Alamigo, that his selfless sacrifice will be forever honored by soldiers and civilians alike. Okay, so they're talking about a guy. Oh my, you're back. You were gone for so long. Did you find anything? A letter from Eric. Does this mean he'll be coming home soon? Oh, Eric, I suspected something might happen, but I didn't want to believe it. My boy was always so kind, so fierce. He was the sort of man who'd want to die fighting, with his head held high. I'm sure that's what happened. At least now I know excuse me, I need a moment. Oh, don't give me that quest complete. Jingle. Sorry about before. Deep down, I always knew something had happened, but I didn't want to believe it. Whatever he had to say must have been terribly important. I'm sorry. I thought I was ready, but I can't. Would you mind taking a look at it first? If I start tearing up again, I'll never make it to the bottom of the page. Dear Mother, if you're reading this letter, then I'm very sorry. I won't be returning home. Please don't be mad and please don't be sad. Just know that I did what I had to for the sake of Alamigo. I had hoped to deliver this to you in person, but I have a gift waiting for you in Alighieri in care of Delani. Go to her and tell her it is time to rekindle the flames of hope. She will know what to do. I pray this brings you the same happiness you brought me and so many others over the years. What did my boy have to say? Well, even when he's gone, he's looking out for us. I know I've been nothing but a nuisance to you, but do you think you could go and pick up that package for me? Thank you. Thank you so much. Yo, what a pleasant surprise. What brings you to Aligiri? Oh, I'm typing in the wrong damn thing. Stupid. Rekindle the flames. Oh. Ah, yes. For our hearths and homes have been cold for far too long. I assume this was meant for some nefarious end when the soldier from the skulls gave this to me. I've always kept it close out of habit, but no one ever came to claim it. I see, so he sacrificed himself for the resistance. Please give his family my condolences. The Skulls were always a rather belligerent bunch, but I remember he was different from the rest. We could have used more people like him back then. There you are. My nurse had me up and walking about over waiting for you to get back. So did you get the package? Right through her chest. That makes sense. Now let's see. These are seeds in here and a note. It says there's a date to palm seeds from Garland Road, and they'll grow even in soil as barren as ours. Palm seeds. May the fruit of these trees bring you health and happiness always. Oh, that fine boy of mine. I have to tell the others they're planting to be done. Oh shit. So the package made it here safely? You've done well, yo. Forgive me, the name's Eric, though you probably already knew that. Mother always did have a gift for finding good help. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. Hopefully I can clear things up. As you likely already know, I've been working undercover in the Garlean army as a member of the Skulls. I provided the resistance with intelligence and, if the situation presented itself, swayed battles in their favor. At the Battle of Castrum Valdona, for instance, I urged my superiors to speak with Fordola and convince her it would be in their best interest to retreat. I believe you were there as well, yes? Sadly, it was not always so easy as whispering a few choice words into the right ear. If I was to convince them of my loyalty, I had to follow all orders, no matter how horrible. I've cut down more than my fair share of being friends and countrymen, convincing myself it was for the greater good, for the resistance. I still believe that, but I know full well that there are those who will never forgive the things I've done. I thought it better they believe I died in battle. And with Eric gone, it's time for me to move on. What will I do now? What will I do now? Well, this war is far from over, but I cannot continue my fight here. No, I will assume a new identity and find another land whose people long to be free from Garlean's grasp. I will miss this place. Thankfully, it's in good hands now. Farewell, y'all. When we next meet, I look forward to fighting with you on the same side on the battlefield. You should have seen the look on everyone's faces. They practically snatched the seeds out of my hands. If only Eric could be here to help us plant them. Gotta respect Eric's decision, man. Well, everything in my being is wanting to tell me, but gotta respect Eric's decision. Something the matter? You're not still worrying about me, are you? I promise you I'm fine. You've given me so much. I wish I knew how to thank you. Tell you what, when these palms get to growing, you can have all the dates you can eat. Speaking of which, I best be going. Those seeds won't plant themselves. You take care now. Oh, it's you. Thanks for helping with Beretta. I was actually hoping to talk to you about her. You see, she's been acting strange again. She's always been stubborn about keeping troubles to herself, but I'm sure she'd talk to you. Would you mind checking on her? There's just too much work to go around. This way it'll take at least 5 years to... Goodness, you scared me. What are you doing here? Worried about me, are they? I kept telling them I'm fine, but they don't listen. Since you're here, though, I could do with some help from a brave young adventurer like yourself. I've been meaning to thank Jelani for holding on to those seats for us all that time, and I need someone to take me to Alligiri. To be honest, I never traveled very far from Colden Hearth. The others could take me, but I feel much safer in the company of someone used to braving the wilds. Are you up for taking me on a little adventure? Glad to hear it. I doubt I'll be needing any bags, so let's go ahead and get going. Are they gone? Goodness gracious, I heard stories of savage monsters out there, but to see them up close, I had no idea. I swear if you weren't here, I'd be telling Arid about my first and last trip to Alligiri right about now. Okay, I think I'm ready to keep going. Bye, Jamble. Specula and Patoris. Even from home I could always see the damn spire looming over everything. There was no going anywhere without the Guardians say so. Not that I had anywhere to go, mind. Now that I finally do, though, I'm glad we're rid of them. I can't rightly say I've ever been so nervous walking through a big lot of nothing. I was half expecting one of them soldiers to jump out at me, and Era was brave enough to pass through while they were still here. What was that boy thinking? In any case, we're halfway there. Hope my legs don't give out before then. That's a crazy ass bug monster. Alright. Seriously is a great name. Kinda hard to respond to it. Right. Thank you, seriously. Your name's amazing, but I'm good now. Just because I might start my own FC, honestly. I'm not sure yet, but I know I don't want to join an FC quite yet. Only a little further in. Not again. I'm not sure how much more adventure my heart can take. Is it always so dangerous out there? Here? I suppose it's worth it, though. You never seen a town so beautiful. City's 10 times this size. How gullible do you think I am? Now, let's go see this Dijonoli. So this is her. She seems like a sweet girl. Yo, good to see you. How is everything? The mother of that skull soldier. According to my son's letter, I have you to thank for keeping his gifts safe all this time. Though it's only proper I come show my appreciation in person. Now we can finally put that barren soil of ours to some use. Think nothing of it. I'm just relieved to know it reached you safely. Yo, what brings you back to Alighieri? He's free. Thanks to Brazen Brook and testimony from the good people here, I was pardoned by the Alliance leaders. They still keep me under close watch, of course. Can't say that I blame them. For now, Alighieri has been gracious enough to offer me a room and board. Speaking of which, we've run into something of a problem. I was hoping to get your thoughts on the matter. Alighieri was once famous for a particular type of spirit, a rat. Sadly, the ingredients needed to make it have grown increasingly scarce. Stores of the stuff were promptly depleted when the Garleans took control here, but the soldiers were so taken with it they began shipping in the ingredients directly from Garlemald. Needless to say, when they left, so too did the supplies we need to make more. It would not do well for Alighieri to be with its local speciality when trade begins booming again. We have searched everywhere, but all the date palms native to this area have been cut down, and the soil is unfit for replanting. Do you know of any places where this plant still grows? Is something the matter? They need dates for distilling spirits? Now hold on a minute, we haven't even ready plots for planting. It'll take a lot of time and hands we don't even have. Perhaps we can make an arrangement. I'm certain the people of Aliguri would be more than willing to help in exchange for a small share of the resulting produce. Might I accompany you home to better assess your situation? Why, of course, we can use all the help we can get. First the seeds, and now this. You're a miracle worker if there ever was one. I won't be forgetting what you've done for us. You needn't worry, yo. I will see to it no harm comes to her. Until next time. It still amazes me how you make good on even the most dire circumstances. There's no doubt Ralgar smiles upon you. It will take a lot of work to be sure, but in a few years, time traders from all over will be talking of the famous fruit from Aliguri and Coldenhearth. I'd better get going. We'll need to be ready when Bob returns. Take care, yo. Which looks like to be never. Cool. That makes me curious if the area changed over there. I'm gonna go check real quick. Might as well go through the tunnel. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Discover. Okay. Okay, so they're just gone. Oh, that's cool. There's still a good quest line. Got some good gear out of it. And some experience. Which I will not gain for a little while. Let's make sure, yep. All that's left is Ralgar's reach, really. I feel like saving this for another video, so I'm gonna save it for another video. Alright. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Be easy, and peace.